Sorry, Tommy. That's my fault, Your Honor.
It's okay. Good morning, sir. Are you Kenneth Spears? And Mr. Pageant, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Get here. Sorry. And. All right, and we're going on to the full indictment.
Yes, Judge.
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
Mr. Spears, in cause number 25 DCCR 1425, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of fraudulent use or possession of credit or debit cards from July 17th of 2025. Your indictment alleges that you were previously convicted of attempted forgery by possession, a state jail felony, May 1st of 2000. Also, well, it looks like on that same date, 3 offenses of attempted forgery by possession. And then after those were final, you were convicted of possession of a controlled substance, a state jail felony, March 22nd of 2006. 2 cases of possession of a controlled substance on that same date. And then after that was final, or those were final, you were convicted of the state jail felony offense of evading arrest or detention, January 6th of 2014. And how do you plead to the charge of fraudulent use or possession of a credit or debit card? I'm sorry. And are those prior convictions true?
Yes.
Did you enter your plea of guilty and true freely and voluntarily? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you plead guilty because you actually did what they charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Pageant? Do you fully understand them? And it looks like there is not agreement, which means you're leaving your punishment up to the court. And the range of punishment for this offense with those prior convictions would be that of a 3rd-degree felony, which is between 2 years and up to 10 years. And what that means is that I can sentence you anywhere in that range of punishment. You have every right to have a jury come in and decide 2 things. One, if you're guilty or not. And then the second is you could leave your punishment up to that jury. If we go forward, you'll be waiving that. Is that what you want to do? And so there is no agreement. So he does have a right to appeal, but you guys have signed the post-conviction
We have
waivers.
changed things a few times. It's correct. I need to take it back and all.
Judge, the state has no objection to you.
I'll just mark for the
Modify
Yes, we have no
So
objection.
because there's no agreement, you do have some rights to appeal depending on what happens and you
And that is how
understand that as well. Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the state is recommending, and of course, we'll see when the pre-sentence report comes back, a 5-year term. You are asking through your attorney for a deferred probation. Is that correct? State tenders number 1.
No objections to states 1, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Spears is not competent?
None, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty and true freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, this case, your history, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. Anything that you think is important for me to know, get that information to Mr. Pageant and he will present it to me on your behalf when we come back. All right. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's at that desk right over there. All right. We'll see you back at sentencing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Please. And Mr. Lewis, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He does.
Mr. Calise, in cause number 24, DCCR 1948, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft of property from July 1st of 2024 and continuing through July 23rd of 2024. How do you plead to that charge?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with Mr. Lewis? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And so it looks like it's a 5-year deferred probation. There would be no fine, but restitution would be ordered in the amount of $5,813.92. Is that your understanding? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1,
No objection.
it's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Khalid is not competent?
No objection.
And Ms. French, is there any other information that you think would be important, or could we waive the pre-sentence report since restitution's?
I believe we can waive the pre-sentence report, Your Honor, on this one.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so Mr. Khalid, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay that restitution in the amount of $5,813.92 and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, the case will actually be dismissed and you'll never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, however, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court. You can be found guilty, which means you get the felony conviction, and you could go to the state jail prison for anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between 6 months and up to 2 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
5 years, let's talk about the restitution, because 5 years seems like a long time to pay back restitution. But a lot of people will think they'll wait and I'll wait and I'll get money or sell this next year, or I'll do whatever. I want payments on this every single month to probation. Even if it's not as much as you budget or you think you could pay, I want something every single month. It will add up over the years. Because what can happen is if you do everything else you're supposed to on this probation and we get to the end and you have not paid that restitution and I make a finding that you could have paid it, then you could have done all that probation and still be revoked and go to prison. So I want you to pay that as quickly as you can, get the victim made whole. And so you, in addition to that, if you do all of that early, you could potentially get off probation early too. So I'm handing you the trial court certification. This shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over all of your paperwork. She's at that desk right there, so be watching for her to call you, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning. Are you Duma Turner?
Yes, ma'am.
And we are client with the formal reading of the indictment. Mr. Turner, in cause number 24, DCCR 1998, the state has elected to proceed on the lesser included offense of a Class A misdemeanor criminal mischief from July 19th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Plead guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Gallimore?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached. My computer's stuck. Is for a. How long is the probation?
We didn't put that down, Judge, but I believe the parties assumed it was 2 years.
I didn't even notice that it wasn't written there. Sorry, Judge. 2
Right.
years.
So it looks like the agreement is for a 2-year deferred probation. There would be a $300 fine, and you would be ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $1,141.81 and follow all of the other rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And are you, excuse me, a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
State tenders number 1,
No objection.
it's admitted. Any evidence that Mr. Turner's not competent?
Yeah, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Turner, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, at this time, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 2 years. You're ordered to pay the $300 fine as well as the $1,141.81 of restitution and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is a great opportunity because you don't have a conviction on your record. And at the end of your probation, if you successfully complete it, the case will actually be dismissed and you'll never have a conviction. The other side to that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court. You can be found guilty of the offense and sentenced to the Jefferson County Jail for up to 1 year. Do you understand? I'm sorry. And so with regard to the restitution, I want you to make sure you understand you need to start paying that immediately. Okay, so I want to get it paid. You need to make a priority of paying something every month on that, because what can happen is you can do everything else correctly on probation. But if you don't pay that restitution and at the end of the probation, I make a finding that you could have paid it, you could still be revoked even though you've done everything else right. So it's very important that that gets paid. Okay. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. And so you have waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation is going to call you up to her desk. She's sitting right over there when she's ready to go over all of your paperwork. So listen for her to call your name. Okay. Good luck to you, sir. Good morning. You're Mary Lockard Fury, and Ms. Lockard Fury has 4 cases, 24 DCCR 1374, 1905, 1906, and 1907. What's the announcement?
This is the latest update from the federal prosecutor. They are making progress.
Okay. That's good. So everything, sounds like they have everything. Now they're just verifying.
Yeah,
So
and Judge, we had our proper meeting last August. I mean, we don't know why the delay.
Yeah.
Because this is, she has charges in a couple of counties. I mean, I have deals. I've done every phone. So.
No, I understand. And I appreciate you getting in touch with Mr. Moran on that.
Pay attention to this slowdown in the courtroom, delays, resets, coordination between counties. This is the part most people never see. Justice isn't always fast. Sometimes it's a waiting game. And that delay, it can either help you or hurt you.
And so we'll just do,
say 60 days.
yeah, let's do another 60. And hopefully maybe at that point they'll have the cases at least indicted over there, and then we'll see where we get.
And as soon as we know anything on, of course we do.
Thank you very much. Stay in touch with Mr. Rennick. He'll let you know when you need to do that. And then you have, is it Michaelon Skinner?
Yes, Judge.
That's a sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right, sir, is it Michaelon? Michaelan Skinner?
Yes.
And Mr. Skinner was previously here in cause number 25 DCCR 1852 and entered a plea of guilty to theft of property. I have received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Are there any additions or corrections?
The place.
Nothing really to add, Judge. I understand Officer Weir's concerns. I just want to know for the court, this individual was not identified as the driver. He did participate in the theft and is responsible ultimately for everything that happened, along with the other 2 individuals.
Okay.
But the offer is based on his lack of other criminal history.
Okay, and not the driver of that.
No, Your Honor, a different individual is identified as the driver.
Okay. All right, then, Mr. Skinner, at this time, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, at the end, the case is dismissed and you'll never have a felony conviction. So it's great, great opportunity. The other side of that, however, is if you violate any condition of probation, it's not written on here. Is it what level is it?
It's a third.
Is that your region?
So if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court. You could be found guilty. So you'd have that felony conviction on your record. And you could be sentenced anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between 2 years and up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. And so you waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See, Mr. Rojas, you've got Marquise Berry Good morning. Are you Marquise Berry? And Ms. Berry is charged in cause number 25 DCCR 0882 with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And Mr. Rojas, what is the announcement?
Without a rejection, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go through that a little bit better then. So Ms. Berry, you're charged by indictment with the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And what that means is that if you go to trial and you're found guilty, the range of punishment would be between 2 years and up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? And I have a plea bargain rejection here on the tablet that you've signed with Mr. Rojas that shows that the district attorney's office has made an offer if you wanted to enter a plea of guilty for a 10-year term in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You have every right to reject that offer and have your case set for trial. I just want to make sure you understand what the possible consequences are if you go to trial and what your options are. Do you understand all of that? And do you want to reject that offer and have your case set for trial? And so we will get that done. Ms. Berry, Mr. Rojas has been appointed to represent you. He's one of the attorneys who handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney. With your permission, I can release him and appoint another attorney who could begin preparation for trial a little quicker. Is that okay with you? So, Mr. Rojas, you're released. Ms. Berry, we will appoint someone. You want her just to have a seat, or do you already? If you'll have a seat over here, watch for the clerk. She's going to call you up and give you that information and who it is and how to get in touch with them in just a minute. So just kind of sit over here and watch for her to call your name. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Are you Terrence Currington? And this is 25 DCCR 1114. Mr. Currington is charged with evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. And what is the announcement?
Judge, I think we said last time to go over the discovery. Mr. Currington and I haven't had a chance to actually get together. I'm asking for one more reset. I think he's going to call me this week and get something set up.
Mr. Currington, this is going to be the last reset. You need to call Mr. Rojas this week, make an appointment and go visit with him before that next court date. Don't wait till the week right before court to do that either, because he's busy and you need to give him some time so y'all can get a date. But it's very important. You've got an attorney that's been given to you free. You need to contact him and go talk to him about your case, okay? Okay, any questions?
No.
All right, you're free to go. Stay in touch with your attorney and your bondsman. They'll let you know when you need to come back. Ms. French. Larry Bigelow. Good morning, sir. You're Larry Bigelow. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Bigelow, in cause number 25 DCCR 1333. Did I say enough? You're charged with the state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from March 28th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Wilkerson? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 3-year deferred probation. There would be a $300 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Bigelow is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
And is there any other history or any reason not to waive pre-sentence report? That
I
you
don't
see?
I don't see a reason not to waive your own.
We'll agree to waive, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Bigelow, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Waive the pre-sentence report, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you reached with the district attorney's office and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $300 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is a great opportunity because you don't have a felony conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation period, if you successfully complete it, then you'll never have a felony conviction. The case gets dismissed. The other side of that, however, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court and you could be found guilty and you could be sent to the state jail prison for between 6 months and up to 2 years. Do you understand? I'm going to hand you in just a second, the trial court certification that shows that this was an agreement that I followed, so you have waived your right to appeal. Once I do that, you need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation, she's sitting at that desk right over there. Watch for her to call your name, and then she'll go over all of your paperwork with you. All right? Yeah.
And just like that, we see the full spectrum: dismissals, second chances, and serious warnings. This courtroom isn't just about punishment, it's about choices. And every single decision here, it follows these people long after they walk out that door.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Judge, I believe that's my one case. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. You Kevin, please? And this is 24 DCCR 1948. What is the announcement?
Judge, the plea papers were sent like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have them yet.
I didn't see that. Let me sign them.
No problem.
All right, just have a seat. I'll recall it in just a minute. Good morning, sir. You're Wyatt Phillips?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is 25 DCCR 1360. Mr. Phillips is charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by felon. What is the announcement?
Well,
Judge, if Mr. Lewis, I'll just ask him what the status of his Orange County probation is and what's going on with that. That may clear some things up for me.
So you're on probation in Orange County?
Yes.
Is there any type of motion to revoke that's been filed currently? They have not filed a motion to revoke.
When does that expire?
Do you know when you are finished with that? When's that probation over?
We got 2.5 more years,
Okay,
but I've got 6.5 done.
okay,
I think I'm gonna take care of that case today, Your Honor. I'll file dismissal.
okay. I'll sign that when it comes through. Mr. Phillips, it looks like your case is going to get dismissed. Obviously, it's very important that you follow all of the rules, not only of your probation over there, but the laws of the state of Texas. You're not allowed to have a firearm. I'm not sure of the underlying facts, but this is a great opportunity for you. All right, so I'll sign it today. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Parker, you've got Jorge Quezada. Great, sir. You Jorge Quezada? And this is 25 DCCR 1472. Mr. Quezada is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I just need one more reset. I think we're gonna be able to get it worked out. I have an offer, just a couple of things I need to go over with him before we do that.
All right, so Mr. Quezada, I'm going to do just a normal reset about 30 days. Make sure you get in touch with and visit with Mr. Parker before that next court date so we can get an announcement. All right? You're free to go. Good morning, sir. You're Junius Vital. And this is 25 DCCR 1374. Mr. Vital is charged with failure to comply with sex offender registration requirements. And what is the announcement?
Yeah, I've talked to the prosecutor, I have an offer from Mr. Hoppower. I've discussed it with her. I think she wants to kind of go over the facts and review it some more to see if we can, there's another offer possibly.
And to be fair, council did bring to my attention some convolution in the facts
Yeah.
that I'd like to talk to Nelson Tassin with BPD about
Sure.
before I go
So we'll
forward.
just do a normal reset to give you some time to get that taken care of. Mr. Vital, make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Parker. He will get whatever information Ms. French figures out before that next court date. Y'all can visit about it. We'll see where we are at the next court
The
date.
problem felt is just kind of confusing. It's extensive.
Okay,
And so
all right, stay in touch with Mr. Parker. Thank you, Ms. French. And Lisa White.
I think this should be a dismissal.
All right, Ms. De Leon, you tested negative, which is great. And so what I'm going to do again is give you some time to try to get a lawyer hired before that next court date, okay? So you'll have about 30 days to get that done. Bring the reset notice to the lawyer that you hire, if you hire someone. If you're unable to, make sure you talk to at least 3 and bring me those names, okay? All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset. Ridiculous. It's all Tommy's fault. I blame him. Mr. Coleman on Francisco Garcia.
Judge, we're not supposed to a reset. I believe
Yes.
Ms. Holmes is asking for a reset on it.
Yes, Your Honor, we need to complete some obligations.
Okay.
My client's in, but we do intend to get this disposed of next set.
All right, so you're Francisco Garcia. And Mr. Garcia, you're here in 2 cases, 25 DCCR 0900 and 0901. I'm going to reset your cases about 30 days. Make sure you stay in touch with Ms. Holmes, take care of everything you're supposed to, and visit with her about your case so that we can get an announcement at the next court
Yep.
date. All right, you're free to go. And then you've got Carisha Mays.
Yes, outside.
Carisha Mays. Good morning. Are you Carisha Mays? And this is 25 DCCR 1464. Ms. Mays is charged with evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. What is the announcement?
Yeah, Sharon, I have met with Ms. Mays. I recently got videos I need to review with her.
Okay,
So we should get this disposed by next,
sure.
Saturday.
Any issue, Ms.
No,
Martina?
she
Ms.
hasn't.
Mays, I'm sorry.
She has an offer.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Ms. Mays, I'm going to reset your case about 30 days. It's important that you call and make an appointment, go visit with Ms. Holmes before that court date so you can watch all the videos and discuss any other discovery that she's received and to go over the offer, and we'll get an announcement at the next court date. Okay, you're free to go. Neil? And Mr. Neal was previously in court and cause number 24 DCCR 2436 entered a plea of guilty to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I've received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
We have.
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Are there any additions or corrections?
None that I know.
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Right, and Mr. Neal, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have the felony conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation, if you satisfactorily complete it, the case will actually be dismissed and you'll never have the conviction. The other side of that, however, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty and sentenced to prison for anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between 2 years and up to 20 years. Do you understand? Speak up, please.
Yes.
I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom, wait for probation to call you up to her desk, and she'll go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Doyle.
Thanks, Judge.